Shakespeare's play, Antony and Cleopatra, critically examines the political sphere of power through contrasting differing expectations towards the political figure and the extent to which they uphold these values. Unlike many of Shakespeare's previous works, this play breaks and redefines the traditional conventions of tragedy, reflective of historical attitudes towards power, as monarchy power shifted to a government body, and with it a re-evaluated perspective towards the political figure. The general consensus of the political figure encompasses values such as bravery, rationality, and acting with the country's best interests at heart, in which Caesar's characterization wholly upholds. Conversely, Antony challenges this one-dimensional perspective through highlighting that the political figure is still human and not always flawless. The contrast between what is expected of an astute political figure and Antony's irrational characterization subverts the idea of a political figure by introducing human characteristics. This brings to light a disconnection between the portrayal of the political figure and the person itself, as Antony's human-like qualities are juxtaposed with the idea of Antony being noble and virtuous. This is evident in Caesar's use of apostrophe, as he recalls Antony having the patience more than savages could suffer. Thou didst drink the stale of horses, and the gilded puddles which beasts would cough at, presenting a romanticized perspective on Antony's physical endurance. The siblings of savages and suffer create an ominous sphere accentuating Antony's bravery in his past life. This is challenged by Antony's reckless behavior, the audience observes, wandering through the streets and noting the qualities of people. Although Antony had previously displayed virtuous values coming into power, the characterization of him in the play, being emotionally vulnerable and easily manipulated by Cleopatra, undermines his reputation, consequently challenging the audience's expectations of the political figure as he blurs the lines between the public figure and the private person. The notion of responsibility associated with power is additionally explored through Caesar and Antony's respective attitudes towards their governmental duties. Caesar represents the ideal embodiment of the political figure, conforming well to the discipline of politics through his self-controlled and single-minded intent on the achievement of his ambition. Indeed, 'tis paltry to be Caesar, as Cleopatra claims. His characterization enforces the efficient and enigmatic nature as the ruler of Rome, contrasting with Antony's nonchalant attitude towards the responsibility of power, through his dismissal of the symbolic messenger with the news from Rome. This highlights his disregard and ignorance of information, revealing the potential downfall of government once a political player fails to adhere to their role. The skewed portrayal of the government system is additionally commented, as the public servants and governmental agents with lower status ironically hold more power due to the extensive understanding to the political front. Antony, as a tragic political figure, is then emphasized through his emotional input in the political sphere, where Caesar, being ruthless and cold, comments during the Battle of Actium that Antony may seem to spend his fury upon himself, highlighting on the blinding emotions that had hindered Antony's rational judgment, leading to his dramatic downfall. The metaphorical comment, observe Antony being his flaw, and what thou didst think his very action speaks in every power that moves, further emphasizes Antony's humanist traits behind his downfall rather than through ambition, thus breaking tragedy conventions. Antony's death is foreshadowed in his emotional response to Cleopatra's fake death, mirroring his very action in conjunction to the manipulation of his emotions, inviting a sense of pity and shock from the audience. Thus contrasts Antony and Caesar's perspectives on the responsibility of the political figure. The extent on where the power and order define the ruler becomes obscured, as Antony's character struggles between the ideology of humanism and order. Although he breaks the conventions or behaviors of political figures, his destiny is still tampered with by his political status, ultimately leading to his downfall and symbolic death. The crushing nature of power, as the motif of landscapes crumble, melts Egypt into Nile, lets Rome into a melt, remind us that the nature of political power and its responsibilities are overwhelmingly great. By responding and replicating the existing norms and beliefs towards power, a political figure will objectively succeed by order.